That's so awesome. When I think about it being February, February is love month. I've started off one video before where it talks about love and things like that. And one thing that, and he said, she said, I love the fact that God has given me this ministry because you can apply the concepts of the things that we discuss during our discussions to not just romantic relationships, but any level of relationship in your life. As long as you have Christ in the middle of your relationship, you'll have relationships that will last a lifetime. But the minute that you try to do it your own way, the minute that you react the way that maybe that person, you feel that they deserve that you react to them, that's when you begin to distance yourself from them. That's when the opportunity for you to show that person who Christ is, you lose the shot. One thing I want to deal with today is the fact that we have to be so intentional about our family relationships. Our relationships with our mom, our dad, our brother, our sister, our grandmother, our cousins. Our families are supposed to be our closest community to us, beyond Christ and our significant others. But those are first and foremost. But the family is the nucleus. The family is who you fell in love with first after God. Or some of us fell in love with our family before we even knew who God was. How are we being intentional about our family relationships? Because that molds, believe it or not, that molds exactly who you are. If you look around your life right now as an adult, you can trace some of the issues that you've experienced as a child in your adulthood. Don't believe me? Check the last 5 people you've dated. Now check the people that you grew up around. You'll be able to pull some similarities in those people if you haven't addressed the issues that you experienced growing up. Take a look at the relationship with mom or dad. And now take a look at the negatives in that relationship and look at the relationships that you have with the people around you. You may notice some similarities. These are called cycles. If we don't deal with them, y'all, they're going to continually happen. They're going to continually happen over and over and over and over. We have to be intentional about our relationships. But the key with that is knowing that the trouble can happen, but it doesn't always have to end with us. It gives us an opportunity to allow God to work through us. Proverbs 11:29, I'm reading from the NIV, it says, whoever brings ruin on their family will inherit only wind, and the fool will be servant to the wise. Whoever brings ruin on their family will inherit only wind. So that means a person who brings trouble in their household. That person, you may not have had the most ideal relationship with your parents, or your parents may not have had the ideal relationship with you. But the person who brings trouble, they have the agitation that they brought into the relationship, but it doesn't have to end there because it says the fool will be servant to the wise. So which one will you be? Will you be the fool or will you be the wise? God is calling for us to be wise, and wisdom comes from God. And if we are followers of Him and we believe in Him and He resides in us, we have the opportunity to show that to the people that's closest to us, which is in theory, our family. Our family, whoever you consider family. Family can be just a close friend. For those of us that don't have that solid relationship with blood family members, I'm talking to anybody who you call family. It's time to be intentional about those relationships because those relationships actually mold who we are and what we believe. And those people need to know God for who He is. Who knows? He may have sent them into your life for you to be able to witness to them. What witness are you showing? Are you playing the witness? Are you playing the judge? Are you being the fool? Are you being the wise? Use wisdom in those moments. I know it's difficult. I know that person has ticked you off. I know they've done something where you're like, we can never come back from this. We can never come back from this. But it's in those moments that you are to forgive. Just like we ask God for forgiveness. Oh God, I didn't tithe this week. Oh God, I cursed this person out this week. Oh God, I've done so many bad things. Please forgive me. God says, if we don't forgive others, he won't forgive us. I don't know about y'all. There are some things in my life that I've done. There's some things in my life that I may do in the future that I'm going to ask God for forgiveness for. And if he does not or did not forgive me, I don't know where I would be. It's time for us to not bring ruin or further ruin on our households or our households to come. Check how this works. If we don't forgive others that are behind us, and if we continually hold on to those issues that we never resolved, it's bound to pop up in our future. And the way that it does that is we can see, as much as we don't want to be like mom or dad, if we had a negative relationship with them, we'll become like them, because it's known as a generational curse. If you have not dealt with it, you'll see it again. If you haven't dealt with it, or if you refuse to deal with it, it may show up in your children. Now your children is dealing with something that you have the responsibility to get rid of and address and resolve. And I'm encouraging you today, it's time for us to stop pointing the fingers outward and let's look in. It's time to look in. I know that's the difficult part. It's easy to go like this, but it's hard to go like that. Yeah, it's on me. It's time for me to get myself together. It's time for me to take the high road. It's time for me to be the example. Be the example that I want to see in people. I have to be the example that I want to see in people, or else who are they going to look at?